Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about feminism. I'm going to go ahead and start this video, so we can go ahead and
I, Lacey Green, am a feminist. What? You're a lesbian now? Man-hater, hairy armpits? Say it so! Okay, those are just stereotypes. I think that feminism is both kick-ass and super important, and here are a few of my reasons why. I'm a feminist because girls are taught in public school that once she has sex, she'll lose a part of herself. Because women who have a lot of sex are sluts while guys are studs. Amanda Todd, Felicia Garcia, Charisse Morales, because of the sexism that drove them to end their lives. I'm a feminist because I was told the first time I had sex would be painful and bloody. I was terrified. Because 1 in 4 young women is assaulted and society still asks, what was she wearing? Because male victims of rape are believed since guys want sex all the time anyway. Right? Because of catcalling and street harassment, because no, it is not a compliment. I'm a feminist because my first boyfriend sexually assaulted me, and when I went to my friends for help, they called me a slut. Because when I speak at universities about the absolute necessity of consent, there are people in the audience who laugh.
Alrighty, so feminism is a movement to establish equal opportunity economically, socially, and politically for both men and women. So a lot of you guys here, when they speak about feminism, it tends to be stereotypical. Like she said, it's, you know, they call them man-haters, a lot of them are lesbians, that we're trying to support female superiority when really it's not about that. You know, we just want equality for everyone. So, you know, eliminating the stereotypes is the first step. Like Hester Einstein said, feminism has risen drastically between the last decade, adding a new discipline of women's studies to overcome patriarchal control and win women equal in institutions such as marriage, education, other workforce, and the government. So we fight to close the wage gap, which is, you know, what we've been seeing a lot. Women in businesses aren't always in leadership positions. It's mostly predominantly men. The same thing can be said about the government. And it's funny because about 80% of, you know, Congress, the people who pass laws based on our bodies, are men. So there's, you know, been also sexual harassment claims, especially coming into this new year, you know, with the new president, and like a lot of people in the film industry have stood up and spoke out against sexual harassment claims about their male bosses. Feminism is a movement. We see it in books, we see it in the media. A lot of us, especially me, I know that when I read a book, I look for a strong female character, the character that doesn't always need the man to come in and save the day, but she, you know, has this empowerment over herself, and she's leading her own destiny. And the same thing, like I said, in movies. This past year, you know, we had Wonder Woman, who was, you know, starred a strong female character, superhero, and then the director also female. We have Supergirl again, you know, strong female characters. And we have people like Beyonce, Miley Cyrus, Oprah Winfrey, even presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, all spoke out against feminism, especially during the political campaign, because, you know, she was a female presidential nominee, and, you know, she wanted to stand up for women. So Cindy Calick said, "Today feminism is no longer despised, but instead has been given new life, promoting empowerment, endorsing values in women to have ambitions, embrace the experience, and emphasize on choices and opportunity." So this movement is not just for women. I mean, it's for both men and women, so we can come together equally. Because still in society, even worldwide, you know, we hear about people in the Middle East, women not being able to drive. They have to cover everything up. Otherwise, you know, they're being sold as sex slaves in other countries. They're not able to vote. And, you know, and most of it is blamed on us. So if a woman gets raped on the streets, like, well, what was she wearing? Did she provoke it? Like, you know, it's kind of the stigma that we have to delete. Like I said, again, we're not all man-haters. You know, I personally consider myself a feminist. We're not all gay, and we're not trying to promote, you know, female superiority. You know, I'm a feminist because, you know, boobs are used to sell burgers, they're used to sell soap, and they're used to sell sex. But when women want to, you know, breastfeed out in public, it's seen as like, oh my God, that's disgusting. When really, you know, it's just a part of nature. I'm a feminist because pressure put on women nowadays is mostly on looks and, you know, how we look. Are we pretty? Are we not pretty by society's deemed standards? And not about what we are, who we are on the inside, of the values that matter the most. So, I'm a feminist because men are the ones making, like I said, decisions about our bodies in Congress. It's 20% women in Congress and there's 80% men in Congress. So when, we get laws passed around about ourselves, it's mostly men deciding those laws for us. I'm also a feminist because, like I said, I believe in the wage gap. I feel like if you've done the education and you have the qualifications, you should be paid the same thing as the opposite sex. Also, gender roles, they combined us from the beginning. We're set into either male or female, and if you don't fit those criteria, you're seen as an outcast, or you're ostracized. And really, like, time is changing, so we need to kind of move on beyond the confines. Same-sex marriage is the same way. It's a no-brainer. It's happening. Like, people just need to progress with it, deal with it, and move on. And then women are always hormonally like blamed for all their emotions. Like, she gets mad or she gets upset, it's her period's coming or whatever. But really, it's not even like that. I mean, yes, we care, but I mean, men are just taught from the very beginning not to show their emotions, not to talk about their emotions, and we are very expressive with the ways we do. So I understand we're not there yet to where we can say, oh, like, we're equal and everything, but we're getting there. Time's progressing. Like I said, society's learning to change. I mean, little by little, this is what's gonna, move the world. And it won't just be this movement, it'll be, a way of our life. So thank you.